Welcome everyone to an arena video. I'm Andrea Mengucci, and this video is sponsored to you by Wizards of the Coast and channelfireball.com. Personally, and that means that you're just still in a lower rank. Alright, let's start. You wanna play Watery Grave as last land, usually. Alright, Godless Shrine. This end could be good enough if our opponent doesn't just go Thought Erasure now, but as you know, when playing against the Esper, they always have Thought Erasure on turn 2. This is not the case. Maybe things have changed since I left. Maybe now it's not like that anymore. Alright, cast down kills that. I'm gonna play Jade Light. Wow, a couple of lands. Alright. Let's take a look at the list. Okay, so they do have Thought Erasure now for the Vivian Reed. So they had Thought Erasure on turn 2, but they just kept it for when they would have drawn Vivian Reed, since it was in the top of my deck. Alright, another Jade Light, pretty good draw. One land and the Vrast is Contempt. They're gonna go Library. The reason why I'm gonna go Library is that I think it's better than drawing a land, and I do have a bunch of planes lined up for the next turn, so I don't particularly need right now a thing. Alright, let's attack. And I kind of want to just play a spell here. Wow, it's been a while since he settled a breakage. That's fine. Do have a couple of forests. And then I'm gonna just go Chupacabra, because they'll be more mana efficient. But the fact that they have settled wreckage, maybe they do play some creature. Alright. Heavily flooded, but I mean, we kinda just drew 4 of these lands thanks to our creature, so it's not really that flooded. I mean, we just drew extra card all the time. Sure, you might think it's flooded, but that's just what our opponent just going ham on those explorers. All right, we have a couple of options here. The first one is cracking the Memorial to Folly. I just don't want to do that. I'm gonna just go Chupacabra and then Trashy Bee, and then play top land. Don't syncopate me. All right, Moment of Craving. That's fine. But it's 2 cards in end. We might just outgrind them at some point when we draw like a Crisis or something. Or they play their 6th land, and they pass. Alright, since this trophy is a fine one, I think I'm just gonna get back a Branch Walker right now. Alright, let's get back Branchy Boy. Gets better than Trashy Bee. He might attack for less, but that means that he draws a card if that happens. Alright, and we pass. Unfortunately, with the arena thing, opponent kinda knows that we have something to cast, so it's very likely that they think we have like Cast Down or Celsius Trophy. Or Vivian Reed, that's what we were looking for. So opponent 1-for-1 does all the time, and now they found themselves with 1 card in hand against our thousands cards. So let's see, yeah, I can go Vivian Reed and leave up Rusty's Contempt for their Teferi or whatever. Okay, let's look for Crazes, shall we? Hydroid Crazes, please. Alright, Hydroid Crazes now or never. There it is. I'd definitely rather take Crisis than Carnity, because if we just resolve Crisis, we most likely win at this point. I mean, usually Crisis doesn't always win the game every time, but it definitely does win the game when your opponent just has never drawn something that impactful. So I think I can go X = 8. Draw 4, refill up to 7, and then they'll do it. Oh, I just remembered, yeah, I have a spreadsheet to fill with the results. Alright, we gonna find finality. He's gonna go sacrifice his Rascal Gary Queen and then find finality back. Alright, heading a cast down to exile and response, but I assume that this game will be over very soon. Not sure how much I like Rascal Gary Queen with the Detroit crazes. Because the problem with Rascal Gary Queen is that you don't want to sacrifice your lands, so like it was good in Gary, but alright. And we pass with a bunch of lands. Okay, that's the game. So we are what we were on the play, I think. We were on the play. Yes, we were on the play, and we win. Level. Alright. Today I almost, I mean, not almost, I just got broke by going, by looking for March of the Multitudes. I had like 5,000 gems and I don't know, like 10,000 gold, and I had to finish building some decks, like the green white tokens deck. I was missing a couple mythics, and those just never showed up in my packs that I opened. So I had to just unlock the mythic rares all the time. Yeah, it took a while and a lot of other things. So I have to refill at some point soon. All right, 7 against 7. We are on the play again. That's very good. You need to be. Alright, 7 against red. Let's see how is this matchup. This must be worse than Golgari, but it might still be good enough. We do have Shocklands, but we also have Crisis. Not too many though. Hello, Jay Samt. Nice to see you back. We are playing today Golgari, and yeah. Alright, let's go. No, sorry, not Golgari, but Sultai. Yeah, you haven't missed much. You're the first actually person to message in the chat since I started. So after this monologue for 9 minutes. YouTube first? What do you mean? It was the daylight savings same time on Sunday. Oh, okay, YouTube first. I understand now. Yeah. After 9 minutes of monologues, I'm glad to interact finally. All right, so I take 3 down to 17. I need to draw land here, or I mean, instead of we need to draw land immediately, because I wished I drew a swamp for this Chupacabra. We drew a forest, which is kind of weird. How am I supposed to play this out? I'm just gonna Crisis for 2 here. I mean, it's kind of awful, but first I want to draw Swamp to kill the Runaway Stimkin, and second, I don't really want to expose this Russian Brontodon to just die somehow. I want to kill a Experimental Frenzy with this. Alright, Drum Fan is always good in this matchup. Good morning, Camperos. Yeah, Sultai has not been popular. I saw that the popular streamer S-Jao was playing it, and I figured, yeah, why not? I think we're gonna just be lit on stage by this mono red deck. Though, luckily, they've just flipped 2 lands off the stage. If they don't have a frenzy in their hand, which I assume they don't, since they just played a land off the stage, we might just be able to handle everything. If we draw another land next turn, we can go like Find Finality plus whatever, like Murphy Branchwalker plus top land. Alright, I will be attacking here with all the team. Thinking it's back to be 4-4. I'm gonna block the whatever, give the Lava Runner and take 7 down to 5, but then they are left with nothing. And if I draw Swamp to cast this Chupacabra, I think I'm in a fine spot. I don't. So I think that I'm in a bad spot now, because I'm gonna go find here. I'll take back Branchwalker and maybe Crassus for the future. Should have, I missed a mistake. Should have taken back the other one, Seeker Squire. So this one can die to Fanatical Firebrand and they can attack, whereas Seeker Squire, they couldn't have done it. Alright, they drew Goblin Chill Whirler, that's also...
That allows you to go over the top and play your bigger... earlier than your... What just happened? Whoa, Ben Friedman. That was 20 seconds.
Thank you very much, Radilo7. I remember seeing you in the Javier Dominguez chat, so glad you... I mean, hopefully you still support Javier, but glad maybe you support both, so yeah. Thank you very much, Radil. Good evening. Very much good morning for me. It's right now 9:09. Yesterday night I got back. Yeah, nice. You're supporting the squad. You're the honorary third of the squad. Got back yesterday night from Milan, and yes, like, you know what? I'm just gonna go to bed immediately because I just, you know, gonna go back to stream tomorrow morning. You know, yesterday I've been in the American embassy, and it's been an experience, I would say. It's been an experience. I couldn't use my phone at any point. I couldn't move if it wasn't with an officer that was with me. Like wherever I was going, I had an officer with me. You know, I kind of like did 3 different interviews. I think in the end it was a good like you know. Alright, I'm down. If I think I'm gonna go Wild Walker. I just kind of want to just get greedy. Hopefully they don't have another Thought Eraser to discard my Squire. And if that doesn't happen, we're just gonna attack with 2/2/4s. Alright, that doesn't happen. That's good. Gonna just go Seeker Squire first. So if I draw like Memorial to Folly, I can just play it tapped. Oh, there it is. We did previously beat Esper, though it's usually a pretty bad matchup. The thing is that now with this list, we are more. We have a lot of threats. We have a lot of threats now. Alright, let's keep on casting this Branch Walker Precon, but if they go Rescue Attempt on this Wargroth Walker, sure. They cannot go Absorb, since they don't have double blue. I'm just gonna go Lara with this Brontodon. I mean, it's not the best threat or anything, but it just attacks. And that's what we wanna do in this matchup. Just be like a Mono-Green Stompy deck. Or it's not Mono-Green, it's just Black-Green Stompy. Hello, good morning. I think it's still competitive. So the problem with these Drakes is that I'm gonna answer you always in best of 1 and best of 3 because now Magic has these like 2 aspects. In best of 1, it has problem of being very bad against Esper, like very bad, like cannot be fixed. In best of 3, the problem is that Sultai now he's forced into packing up a lot of removal spell for mono blue, like a lot. Like not only like 4 cast down, but also like 4 Hakrava put in the sideboard. So like it kind of got incidentally hidden by Sultai. So I think that right now it's cannot be played right now. I mean, you can obviously be playing it, but as you saw from the results of the PT, he wasn't performing well. Alright, now we need to ask ourselves, what does our opponent have in hand? Because they kind of weird. I mean, they must have a lot of Chemisters Insight. I kind of just want to pass here. If they do like end of turn Chemisters Insight, sure. And then they go Kaya's Wrath, so I can return Jailer Ranger end of turn. If they don't go Kaya's Wrath and they just go Wrath Contempt on here, then I wish I'd cast a 3/4 because it would have been lethal. So now we're kind of playing around stuff, and I'm playing around Kaya's Wrath. Owen says Sultai is not a real deck. Sure, I mean, people say all the things. I cannot listen them all. There's too many content producers out there. You gotta trust the ones you feel. Alright, I'm gonna go Jadelight first. I need to tap forests though. I don't know why the auto tapper wanted me to tap the Woodland Cemetery. Since I have black cards in hand and not blue. Alright, that's 1 forest, and that's the rest. I'm not gonna graveyard this rock. Not only I can't cast it, but also I just wanna draw either threats. Alright. Drawing lands is also okay. Alright, so they have 6 lands. 6 cards in hand. Thought erasure me, sure. It's not really that important in my hand right now. It's more about the board. And my board is fine. They're on 6, I have 4 power. The Mirror Guild Gate? Where is the Mirror Guild Gate? Oh, this one? Oh, Crowd the Carnarium, yeah. That's tough. Alright. We have 3-4. It's probably not gonna do it. Opponent discarded the trophies, which means that now it's gonna the fairy is gonna come. Alright, not a fairy. Interesting. They go down to 3. When I cast this Vraska, they'll probably just absorb it and go up to 6. But it's not that I cannot cast my spells. I mean, I have to cast my spells. Also, like, if you don't cast your spells, then your opponent just go Chemisters inside, so might as well just cast them. Yeah, Iron Man, it's pretty bad when the deck you have kind of falls out of metagame, but that's what standard is most of the times. It's just metagaming. It's just metagaming. Like in Modern, you can just submit a deck for your life and just play it until they ban it. And if they never ban it, you can play that for forever and like be fine. Whereas in Standard, it's very hard to do so. It's very, very hard to do so. Alright, opponent goes like, Vraska can tempt my Vraska, I assume. I'm just gonna cast this Chupacabra. I mean, it's very likely my opponent doesn't have a creature in the deck. And this Chupacabra might just attack. Like they kill my Brontodon and then just, you know. Alright, they have Craving. That's fine. I mean, at some point they would have craved my Brontodon too. Alright, they kinda kill everything. They still have those 2 Chemisters inside left. And they have put only spells in it because they didn't play lands. I mean, I'm gonna lose this game because they didn't flood or anything. Like, we beat Esper earlier, but that's because they like, kind of flooded and never drew, like, a Teferi or Citrus Canta. And, you know, they don't win those games. Also, we have to draw this Krasis. It's like 10 cards and we haven't drawn a Krasis yet. So, come on, Krasis. Nope. Alright. Gonna attempt to kill card or chump, sure. Really love to draw spell now, but nope. So now we have 8 lands, so if we draw Krasis, we draw 3 cards, but still a tough thing. Alright, you can get a Thought Erasure, but they have a Kaya's Wrath in the Exile Zone. Alright, and the Kaya's Wrath there. Alright, let's draw Krasis, shall we? Come on, Krasis. Jade Light. Another Jade Light. I don't think I'm winning with Jade Lights. I need to find Krasises. I need to find like a lot of Krasis. Or even find Finality. It's not gonna be that bad. Yeah, opponent gonna make use of this Thought Erasure. Yeah, that deck is just too strong when they draw like the proper amount of lands and spells. Even without the fairy, I mean, if they draw the fairy, it's like game over. If they don't draw the fairy, we might just have a game, but it'll probably game over very soon. Yeah, or like I need to kill this card first. Yeah, I'm gonna just concede here. I'm going to just concede. Oh, we've been on the play 2 times in a row and we lost. So that's not good. If you're on the play in best of 1, you have to win. You cannot just lose. You basically cannot afford to lose if you're on the play. Like, being on the play, you have to have you know, you have to win. Like, as simple as that. Like, whenever testing for best of 1, I learned one thing, is that if you lose, if you have like a losing streak, but you've been on the draw, it's fine. Because, like, your deck is gonna be way worse on the draw. But when you're on the play, you cannot afford to lose. Alright, your opponent goes first. Our hand is very bad. I mean, I'm gonna keep, of course, because we have lands and spells, but you basically want these to draw later, and the explorers to be drawn first. So yeah, that's a great draw. Opponent has a shocking end because how Arena works. You can easily see if they have a spell or if they don't. Alright, the metagame is kinda there. We played against 4 decks today, 2 Esper, 2 mono reds. Okay, I'm glad that they cannot shock the squire, so please, let's hit a spell. Alright, that's a spell. And, I'm gonna go graveyard. I mean, the 3-4 for 3 is good, but, right now I'm looking for lands. I do have a turn already set up, so I'm just looking to draw lands here. Alright, I'm probably gonna go Wizard's Lightning. Because just, ooh, 3-1 Skewer the Critics. I'm not a fan of this card. Alright, 16. We draw third Crazes, too many, way too many. Alright, this one I'll leave it on top. Because the thing is, I don't have a play next turn, and I think it's better to draw this than a random card. Hello, Klaus MTG. That's your deck, I hope. Let's see if I loaded it right. Yes, it did. Alright, I go Gate to Lava Runner. They still have not 2 spells in the graveyard, but now they do. They drew this Wizard's Lightning, which is a very good draw. When you have a Wizards in play, Wizard's Lightning kind of feel too good in this format. They shouldn't have attacked with this Fanatical Firebrand. That's a slight mistake on my opponent's side. Like, they knew there was a J-Light on top. I mean, unless they have Shock in it, which they do, so it's fine. Yeah, no, they do have Shock, so it was a good play on my opponent's part. Alright, so we go down to at least... Yeah, I need to graveyard this, which is kind of sad. We go down to at least 6. Alright, and now I'm gonna cast this Craze. Let's go up to 7. And see how that goes. See how that goes. They drew a burn spell. Are they gonna go face or maybe face? Any good places to eat in Bilbao? I have no idea. I remember that when me and Javier made the top 8 of the PT, we went to celebrating in a cool place, but I don't remember right now where was it. I'm just block here. I'm 100% dead right now because my opponent had the burn spell last turn. Were we on the draw this game or on the play again? I kind of want to hope we're on the draw, because I don't want to just be on the play 3 times in a row and lose. I hope. Yeah, luckily we're on the draw. Because if we're on the play 3 times in a row and lose 3 times in a row, I'm gonna just play the other deck. that I'm gonna play this morning. I mean, this is probably a super bad deck for best of 1, but I don't know why I convinced myself in playing it. I'm gonna just give it more shots, like at least playing it for more alpha an hour. You don't want to just play 4 games and just be done with it, especially in best of 1, which is a highly variance format. Probably the highest of all the variance formats. Your opponent goes first. Yeah, sure, I'm keeping this in. I don't know what's the matchup. Yeah, but that could have been on the play as well. Alright, Blood Crypt. Okay, so we are going out of the Esper and Mono Red only meta game. Yeah, I mean, with this deck, I think it's as good as you can get against Esper. We have 0 Llanowar Elves. We have 1 cast down. We have 1 Assassin's Trophy. Only 2 spots removal spell. So I think it's as good as you can get against Esper. The problem is that by doing so, you become bad against Mono Red, and we have 0-2 against Mono Red. All right. Luckily, our opponent did nothing, and we drew some lands. Fine Art is a good one. The thing is that when you explore with Jade Light, it kind of feels, and the Jade Light is dead, it kind of feels so weird to just leave it on top. Like, you want to draw land for real. Like, you really want to draw land. Like, usually, like, if my... Ooh, Needle Bolus. This got Trashy B. And I'm gonna cast another Jade Light. Now, looking for that land for the Vivian Reed. Alright, no lands available. It's just 7 cards in the graveyard. We're in Threshold right now. Probably no cast downs, but then you just lose to Simkin so easily, just like happened in the first round. That's a problem with best of 1, is that there's two tier 1 decks, and you know, they have such a huge gap between them that it's so hard to just sort up for both. Oh, do they have Dive Down in their deck? Nope. Alright. So big arrow thrown at Nicol Bolas. One of the reasons why Nicol Bolas is not seeing many more play is because of Vivian Reed being like a powerhouse. Maybe best of one is fine because Vivian Reed is not that popular, but definitely best of 3. Alright, Niv-Mizzet. Niv-Mizzet is in the house. Can we get a Ravenous Chupacabra, please? We cannot. But I can get a Waggoth Walker plus Jadelight Ranger. That's kind of cool too. I mean, it's not gonna do the job because my opponent's gonna probably go off, but... Alright, Niv-Mizzet is a legend. It's unfortunate. Alright. And we pass... Wish it was Assassin's Trophy. We could have killed Niv-Mizzet at some point. Maybe our opponent has dive down though. That was just setting up the Niv-Mizzet plus dive down. Not sure. Alright, so they will... Ooh, they shoot that. So I'm assuming they have a 20,000 spells in their hand. Ooh. This is good. This is good on my opponent's side. This is a very, very good play. They're just gonna get rid of both of our Adroit Crazes as well as the Vivian Reed as well as the Jadelight Ranger, and then I'll probably just be dead. Alright, Mango loses again. Pretty bad streak now. 1-4 right now. Let's hope to be able to win some games at some point today. Robbery 3225 asks if I haven't participated in the Mythic Championship. I don't know what are we referring to. If you're referring to the one in Cleveland, I did. I am in the MPL, so I need participate to every Mythic Championship in 2019. Alright, what's this hand? This hand is another classic Sultai fine hand. We're back to Beyond the Play and back to cast our random spells. As you see, the clunkiness of this hand is that we do have Fine Finality. Oh, now Fine Finality makes more sense. Because Fine Finality is not only a get back to creatures, dutiful returns, it's also a Dune Blast, I like to call it. If you remember what Dune Blast was, Council of Tarkir, 7 mana, you choose a creature and kill everything else. And that's mostly what Finality is. Sometimes even better, sometimes worse. Alright, another clunkiness of the deck is when you draw the Royal Crisis without the blue mana. But I think we are in a fine spot right now, because like unless our opponent goes off and we never draw the 6 mana for Finality, it's very hard for why we need to play around Finality. Or Waggoth Walker dies, but I'm not sure my opponent should have killed it. Like if we on turn 3 do not cast any Explorer, that means that we don't have them. So like, unless they prevent from some sort of top decks, maybe it was better to just save the Tribunal for like a Vivian Reed or something else. Alright, here I'm just jamming this Crazes on turn 2. That's the strength of Crazes, is that it's just a cure filler. Now on turn 4 we had nothing to do, so might as well just cast a 2/2 that draws a card. A semi-Mule Drifter. Alright, here I'm definitely blocking everything. So the problem is, if I go Vivian Reed and kill Easter of Benalia, my Easter of Benalia... I kind of want to just go plus. I'm gonna go Vivian Reed plus. They could kill my Vivian Reed by going Conclave Tribunal on my Crazes, but if they do so, I'll be fine with that. I'm just looking for another Crazes or a Carnity. It's a tough choice between Chupacabra and Jadelight. In the ideal scenario, an external cast Finality, so I'm just gonna get Jadelight Ranger for the turn after. Opponent must be smelling the Finality. The problem is that White Weenie can't really do much about it. I mean, they can do too much about it, but like most of the time they just play around it and they just lose because of it. Alright, so another Easter Banana, which will mean that my Vivian Reed survives, and that's a very good news. I mean, unless they can click Tribunal it, but that case, that wouldn't... I couldn't have done anything about it. Alright, so that's dead, and I think I have 2 Finality here. Not because I need to... I'm gonna just chump. Not because, you know, I'm dead next turn if I don't, but just because I want to save as much damage as I can. This next turn with the Easter of Benalia, they can just deal me too many damage. I could see myself losing this game still. Like they're gonna get a token, and then they have 3 cards in hand. Whereas, you know, I have not too much going on. Hello, Luke. I mean, it's going pretty badly in the sense of results, because this deck is not very good, and we have losing a lot. But other than that, it's all good. Just for Chupacabra, so kind of a little bit more excited about it. I'm just gonna go Jailer Ranger first. Let's see if I draw on top lands. No, I drew Memorial and the Crazies. Alright, this game should be over now. I mean, if against Mono White you draw Finality, it's... How strong would you rate the Green White Angel deck? I think it was good. That was very good. I have the results under here. I think I posted my results in my Twitter page. But yeah, I had very good results with the deck. I think I soundly defeated Mono at like 8-1 despite being 2-7 in die rolls. That was great. And then I think I split games against Esper and the other deck and Golgari. All right, let's cast these Crazies for 6. And then the game will probably just snowballs from there. Might even attack. Opponent will not unlock the History of Banana next turn. So, I mean, if they go remove a spell on this and attack for 4, I don't really care. Oh, Grasping Falcon. And if they have like a Venerate Loxodon, I wish I attack for 5. But it looks like they have Loxodon, so a lot of power is coming up on my opponent's side, especially since the History of Banana will crack next turn. I draw Branchy, so I would gain life here. So let's just do that. And let me count here. So if I go Vertical Attempt on this and then attack for 11, put one down to 4. This Crisis says Trample, so my opponent is kinda dead. Am I dead? I go up to 23, so I'm definitely not dead, especially since I have 2 blockers. Yeah, I'm gonna just do it. I'm gonna just get aggressive in this game. You don't want to get too much reactive against a deck with 3 lands and only spells. Like, they might just draw back-to-back Unbreakable Formations, and then you really want it to just, you know, be able to put up a clock. And once you have a crazy 6/6 in play, you really want to just get in. So our graveyard is kind of empty. We do have a Crazes that we can cast next turn for X equal 4, which is like not bad. Our opponent now is gonna go down to 1 life if they chump with the Rasping Falcon. Alright, I do have Unbreakable Formation. So I'm gonna at least chump here. That'll be 12 plus 7, 19 damage. I think it's enough. I think it's enough. I cannot block more. Alright, so they're on 4. Unbreakable Formation was really the card I needed this turn to survive. Alright, I have nothing going on. So I think I'm just gonna get back that Crazes, as I said. And just cast it for 4, attack for 6, and pass the turn. And I shouldn't be dying at any point. I'm just gonna do it pre-combat, because, like, my opponent is forced to do the stuff that he has to do. Like, they cannot not block, I don't have any tricks, so, like, they block, I have a trick, and then post-combat I just to make this play, so might as well just do it pre-combat. To save some time to everyone, and a lot of clicks. Alright, I do have Banalish Marshal, but I'm still dead on board, so who cares? Alright, whatever. Yeah, let's just chump it all. No, not look at this. Let's just chump it all. I don't particularly care. And then attack for lethal. Actually, I made a mistake. Oh my god, I made a mistake. Alright. Luckily I wasn't punished, but my opponent could have a Tribunal post-combat. I shouldn't have chomped it all, I should have left a Crisis post-combat, but yeah. I was just playing sloppy, but luckily I didn't get punished. Alright. We are now 2 and 4. So let's get back. Let's get back into the winning streak. We won the die roll, we won the game, we had finality against white. We only have 2 finalities in this configuration, which is like not ideal, but finality isn't that great now that the mirror match is not really popular, and that now that the mirror match is not very popular, and that white win is also, you know, not the most popular deck. Still popular, but not the most popular. Alright, I think we played against Chippy, against this guy earlier. So they are on either Esper or Red. His hand is okay, we're on the draw though, so that'll probably mean that we lose. Yeah, they're red. And I'm gonna play Overgrown Tomb, because we have a double black, we don't have blue yet. So we're gonna play Overgrown Tomb. In the case I just draw an untap land that are not black, I would need to cast this on turn 4, to play this on turn 4 untapped. So you just wanna make sure that that's the case. Seagull Square is very good against red. The fact that it doesn't die to a Fanatical Firebrand, it's pretty huge. Hello, LGJ. Oh, there's an artist Chippy. That's true. I don't know which card I did, but I remember reading Chippy in some cards. Now I'm just gonna check all the cards if they've written Chippy in there. All right, they have a bunch of creatures. I'm gonna just keep on casting Seeker Squires and play my top lands. I really want to find on top lands, because that's the problem of Sultai in best of 1, is that mono red is big and you just don't want to take damage from your lands, but you eventually have to because you're playing 12. Are we playing 12? We are playing 12 shock lands. That's a pretty big deal. Like, we're already on probably 10 this turn, maybe even less. I think I'm gonna be on 10 this turn because the cast is Vashino Pyromancer, probably cast a Wizard Sliding on here, or a Skewer Critic, and then the attack for 4. So I'll be on 10 this turn, and then I have to go down to 8 to play a Chupacabra. Yeah, things are looking bad. Alright. So I'm on 10. Come on top land. Not an untap land, though it's a spell that I can cast for less than 4, so I think I'm gonna just save damage. Alright, that's an untap land. That's a card that I already have. Alright, so I assume they play a burn spell on my Jailer Ranger, attack me down to 4, so basically I'm dead to anything. I can't imagine how streamer SGL said that this was a good matchup against red. This definitely isn't a good matchup against red. Like, not only you have only like four casting cost cards, you also just have shock lands in your deck. Sure. I mean, it's not even close. It's not even close. Like, all these games, like, we are 0-3 against red, and I don't think they've been close all the time. Alright, going down. It's going down. I think it is. I think it is. I don't know if they changed it, but I copied it at some point. And, you know, today I'm streaming, so. Why not play Bronton instead of Jade Light? Because I wanted to hit on top land for the turn after. But yeah, I mean, that was definitely a fine play. Not that it would have changed much. Alright, on the draw again. Against Mountain. Though Mountain Go is much different from Mountain Creature. They also don't have shock, so keep that in mind. Just write that down. They don't have shock. Very important thing to point out. I think I'm gonna go library here. The fact that I can't cast a play next turn with top land, it's very important. Just the thing is that I don't want to shock myself. Like, the difference between Branchwalker and Jade Light is not huge right now. Like, obviously, you'd love to play Jade Light, but if Jade Light comes to the cost of 2 life, then I'd rather just cast Branchwalker. And you really want to make a play every single turn. Alright, if it doesn't have a Dance Climb, yeah, but I really don't think how a Dance Climb fixes the mono red matchup. Arena Slap is in fact actual work. I mean, it's pretty bad against mono red. Alright, Risk Factor and 18 life. I'm not afraid with that. Ooh, an untap land. That's like fresh water in the desert. What do you think about full control being against the rules in the... Oh, it's very good. It's very good. It's very bad. Like, it's an invitational. It's not a professional event. They want to showcase Arena. They don't want to showcase an event where everyone just holds priority. I like it a lot. I actually suggested it. Yeah, it's not a professional event. It's an invitational. That's much different. That's why it doesn't... It's why it doesn't reward mythic points, but it does reward only money and fame. It's an invitational to advertise Magic Arena. Yeah, sure, there's millions of dollars, but there's millions of dollars in I don't know, just in the Silver Showcase or in the beta draft that they did at GP Las Vegas. Alright, we need to make a good play. What's the best play? It'll probably just be Jade Light Ranger. I don't really want to sacrifice a land at this point of the game. I could sacrifice a Branch Walker, but I'd just rather attack. Yeah, I mean, that I don't know. I mean, it's not written out there, so like you don't get for granted that if you win something, you should get rewarded. But I mean, what I mean right now is, don't just expect something to happen just because, you know. Alright, we need to play careful now because we're on 4 life. I really want to sacrifice a creature now. Maybe a land. Actually, I'm going to sacrifice a land here. I remember in the... when we went to Boston, I suggested that since they... I'm going to just attack with 1 creature. Since... So they couldn't fix the full control thing with the mana. So I said, if you can't fix it, it's much better that you make so that it's not possible to go full control rather than just be either full control, because that would be very bad to watch. All right, so I'm on 5 life. And I'm just gonna clear the board. I'm still gonna just attack with 1 creature. Playing around Gitu Lava Runner. Alright, dead to anything. Don't burn me, bro. Don't burn me. Oh wow, we lost this game as well? Come on! This game was not supposed to lose. Alright, I'm gonna play the last one, and if we lose that too, I'm gonna just call this deck stone unplayable, because... Yeah, it was very close to finally get out of Platinum. Not that I played too much to get out of Platinum, because I haven't. But, you know, then I just drawn in the mud with this deck. I was sponsored by Sultai. Not really. Sultai's not good at all. It's not good at all. We are all 4 against red. 0 and 4 against red. And I think this game I had good draws and my opponent hadn't. So I was supposed to win, but I just got burned out. No. VTCLA. Obviously, it's not always impossible. You can do it, but you can do it. You can click full control only when you need it. You cannot just bluff. You know what I mean? I think it's super good. Like on Arena, you don't play full control. Like, why do you have to play full control on a promotional event? Well, like this one. That's what I was asking. I use full control all the time. You use full control all the time? It's not very great. I don't know why you should use full control over all the time. Alright, they have a Steam Vents, which means I have to play Shock. Which means I can... I think I'm still gonna go for Branch Walker. Like, if I reveal Land with Seeker Squire, I have a very weak threat. And if I don't reveal... And if they don't have Shock, just attack for 3. I decided to put in the graveyard this Vivian Reed. The thing is that they have a second one in my hand, and I don't have a 5th land. And it's not that Vivian Reed is insane against Drakes. I mean, it's good, but... It's still a 5 mana play against the deck with a Spell Pierce and died down. There's too many long messages. It's pretty hard to just play well, read the chat, all those long messages and answer. I'm gonna just only read the short ones. I mean, full control and stops. Yeah, sure. Sometimes you do it. Sometimes you do play full controls and stops, but I mean, you have to play, like if I want to cast and spec an upkeep because I want to play around my opponent just having a counter, I obviously can do it. It's not that, it's not against the rules. It's just that you cannot do it for free. Like, if you have 3 lands in hand, you cannot just put a stop in upkeep. Because you got a warning, I assume, and then you can just get a game loss or whatever are the rules. I mean, I'm sure that they will tell us the rules better, like, you know, more in details going after, but... Alright, I'm just gonna play Branchy, just because it's a bigger threat than Krasis, funnily enough. And if he draws a land, he draws a land. If he draws a spell, we just put it in a graveyard. We need to begin read this Reclamation next turn. Sure, I know Radil, but people complained for way too long about how slow and bad was Magic Online, which I don't think it is. I love Magic Online. And now that we have a program that's like super fast and snappy and everything, people complain that super fast, snappy, and everything. So it's like, it's gonna be this forever. Like, something happens, some people complain, something happens, some people, you know, it's like that. Right now we have a good program, that's Arena, and that, along the things, it does this, which I think it's fine. I think it's fine, you just live with that. Both of the players know that, you know that in deck building as well, so you know that, you know, just know in deck building and etc. Sure, I know that's a bluff thing, that it's different from real life. It's just different. It's like, you know, it's slightly different than real life. Just like Best of One. It's a different format than real life. Alright, we beat Team Reclamation, which is a pretty bad deck, maybe even worse than this one. We were in the play, I want to say, because it says round cup, but we just lost so many in a row that that just means that we just went too much behind that we ranked up. Alright, let's continue playing until for at least a full hour. Like, I don't know how much have we played. 50 minutes? Yes, play a little bit more. Fresh Arcade. Actually, not really. It's been like a week and a half. But yeah, thanks for noticing. Why are you even playing Sultai? I'm playing Sultai because that's my brand. My brand is Sultai, and there's a breeding pool right there, so I kind of feel like I have to, you know? You despise playing Arena. Wow, that's aggressive. Just play Magic Online if you do. You're not forced to do it. Magic Online, there's still plenty of mocks, PTQ, format challenges that rewards you with money. Also, yeah, you're the guy with a lot of trophies, so just, you know? Yeah, so it's like, whatever. It's not that I go to other channels say, you know, you shouldn't play Hearthstone, you should play Magic. I understand your point. I understand your point that there's a lot of good and bad things on Arena. The good things on Arena is that it's kind of free. It's not free, but if you just accept to just play a weak deck for a while, I mean, not a weak deck, but just a single deck for a while, it's just basically free. Yeah, once they have tournament in Arena, yeah, I agree. Like, Alright, so now you can exploit Arena by doing this. You just go in the second main phase and see if your opponent has shock. So your opponent has shock right now, okay? Because the way Arena works. And you just know it. You just know it. Everyone knows it, okay? If you want to play shock in your deck, you can do that, alright? That's what I mean. Or Wizard's Lightning, sure. I mean, interaction. I still would have played Seeker Squire. It's not that I wouldn't. But it was just an explanation of how Arena works. Alright, so playing as Mono Red. What are the draw? Wow, Mono Red on the draw must be like a 0-100 matchup. Risk factor. Sure. I'm down to 9 on turn 3. That's pretty good. Pretty good. 9 on turn 3, no big deals. And my hand is just a bunch of reactive cards. And I just play another Seeker Squire. I mean, this is not bad, but I need to draw land, so I need to graveyard this. And if I draw land, I can cast my maybe Vraska. on Wrestle Contempt if I feel like I need to gain some life. I gotta play at least 1 hour of this deck, I feel like, cause you know, I said I was, and I don't know, it's kind of feel like how streaming is. You just promise things and then you need to finish them. Okay, we're on 6 life. Let's just play this Branchy Boy. I could have played Trashy B. But I want to hit land drops. Like, you don't win with Sultai if you don't need land drops. I probably don't win with Sultai either. I'm just gonna, you know what, I'm just gonna actually concede. I mean, I'll just make them draw 3 cards. I'm on 3 life. Yeah, it's fine. I think it's still okay to showcase a deck even if it loses to Mono Red. Like, people still play like Team Reclamation and Gates and stuff. Problem with this deck is probably doesn't even beat many other things. Alright. TBK the King. Like, for example, I remember streaming with Team Reclamation for a while. The deck, you know, wasn't good, but it was fun. And yeah. And so it's that. Alright, should have probably led with Forest, but yeah. Okay, Watery Grave. Alright. Very glad to not see Mountain on the other side of the table. And Esper, alright. So today we played against that's funny. We played 11 games and they've been only with Esper and Red, basically. Alright, search for Ascant. I'm gonna go Branchy, because attack for 1 more, and you want to attack a lot in this matchup. We have the classic Sultai mana basis of 2 blue-green land and then double black in your hand. Which deck do you consider the best? It's a very hard question to answer. It's Mono Red and Esper, the 2 bests. I don't think there's a tier 1. I think there's, you know, 2 tier 1s. The thing is that Esper is very strong because the weakness of Esper comes from the sideboard, and you don't have sideboard, and you cannot really build a deck that only beats it, because if you build a deck that only beats Esper, then you're just gonna be weak against Red, which is kind of the point of best of 1. On the other hand, you have Mono Red that not only hits good because there's no sideboard, but it also gets much better with the hands algorithm, which maybe Wizards wanted just to help people have fun and never mulligans, but on the other hand, they just push so much those archetypes that kind of makes no sense. The thing is that Wizards perceive this idea of mulliganing as pure evil, okay? But I think in my career, I just gained a lot of edge because I think that people over mulligan, like really over mulligans, and I don't. I keep a lot of hands, so I gained this edge in my Magic career because my opponent mulligan all the time, and I always keep all the time, and I just have always more cards in hand. And you know, in Magic, you eventually draw the cards. It's not that you keep 7 and then you play with this 7 forever. So you can't just keep a loose 7 and then draw out of it. Like, it's a weird thing to, you know, that people perceive this, oh, you mulligan, you lose. Alright? First thing first, you have a decision whether mulligan or not. And second of all, that's not true because the Scry mulligan helps. So, right now you have this, wow, my opponent Outer Topper just decided to tap all the blue and now they can't flashback. It's pretty weird. Alright, Everest Contempt, doesn't matter. So they perceive this, you know, pure evil of mulliganing, where I don't think it is. Alright, I want to cast this Seeker's Choir. I think I don't want to cast the 2-mana 2/3 in Standard. You win because you're lucky. Sure. Sure I do. I learned this from Seth Manfield. After Seth Manfield won the World Championship, I was teaming with him, and I saw him keeping a lot of bad hands, and I'm like, wait, maybe I should do the same. And then I kind of started his, you know, hand keeping all the time, and that was just it. That was enlightening, and from there, I think my win rate spiked. I topped it in XPT and like did very well after. So I think my level up was whenever I decided, I realized that I should have kept way more hands that I was keeping before. Now obviously things changed because you have this new mulligan rule where basically if you don't mulligan you're stupid because your 7 card hand is gonna probably be better than sorry, your 6 card hand is gonna probably be better than your 7. So I don't get crazes here. I don't care about missing land drops right now. I just care about having a good card in my hand. I'm probably just gonna lose to this Teferi, but yeah, whatever. You mulligan a lot on Arena. I mean, in best of one is like it's impossible to mulligan. It's really impossible to mulligan in best of one. Oh, this is a good draw. Like in order to mulligan in best of one, you really need to get very unlucky. Sure, it's a harmful new player experience. It's fine. Like you don't have to. I don't know. Alright, so same thing as before. I don't want to cast this Secret Squire in the face of a, Vivian Reed on top of my deck. I'd rather just keep it for the future. Opponent shouldn't have Teferi. I mean, hopefully they don't. Alright, they don't. Okay, let's just jam this Vivian. If they have counter, they have counter. You really have to jam against Esper. Alright, I'm just gonna make the same play as before. Kind of feel like nothing changed, but they don't have Teferi, so that's actually way better. Your win rate started going up when you mulligan aggressively. Sure, maybe you have an experience that they have not. Alright, opponent managed to find themselves in this good position, and I managed to just don't have anything going on because I decided not to take that land there. If I take the land, I would have drawn Carnity and it would have been great. I could have played Krasis for, well, 1, but that's pretty awful. Alright, this Secret Squire is still pressuring the Teferi. So if my opponent doesn't have an interaction, which they do right now... No, they just... No, that's weird. Okay, so come on. Please, Secret Squire. Bring it up for the team. Bring it up for the team. 1 for the team, Secret Squire. Nope. Alright, Vivian Reed. Maybe now it's time to find a land. Maybe now it's time to get that land. Yep. Aggressive deck mulligans more aggressively. I don't know. I don't think so. I think mono red needs all the cards. If you start mulliganing with mono red, it's very hard to win. But then again, it's just my way of playing Magic is just keeping a lot of hands. Okay, Vivian Reed, and I get another Krasis. I'm gonna play Krasis for 1 more. I don't have Llanowar Elves in my deck. And I don't have 1 drop. I could have drawn Memorial to Folly and then get punished, but putting 1 more power is relevant in case my opponent just goes like double Moment of Craving or the Moment of Craving plus Crown the Carnarium. Obviously now sucks because I drew Memorial to Folly and they cast down it, but... Alright, let's see if we can put up a fight on Teferi. It's gonna be very hard, but I'll do my best. Opponent maybe it's flooded. Alright, I'm gonna get Branch Walker. Now I have enough lands. Alright, should be X equals 6 here. Draw 3, go to discard. Oh, a Sunset Trophy is a great one. Gonna just get rid of a land here. I think I care about... maybe Chupacabra. No, I'm gonna get rid of a land. But then, like, what land do I get rid of? Maybe I need untap land, who knows. Yeah, I understand, but I just feel like that taking that card away, it's also very hurtful. Alright, opponent has 1 card in hand, and how much mana do we have? I have 2, 3, I have 8, 9 mana, so I can cast 2, 4, 7, 9. Okay, so I can cast all these cards. And I'm just gonna do it. Just gonna do it, starting with Wildgrowth Walker, continuing with let's not tap all my green sources. Doing Branch Walker. Then if I stop... no, I'm gonna go Graveyard with this. And I'm gonna go Jailer Ranger. And then I'm gonna go... Assassin's Trophy. I think I'll go Library, because my opponent has a Negate or something. Yeah. Pay 2 life and then I'll assassin's trophy this Teferi. Alright, that's gone. Until with Quench? Hopefully not. People like this, having a good curve makes up for missing card because you punish. Sure, I understand your reasoning, but I've always been on the other side of the reasoning. Alright, curve the Carnarian just to kill 1 creature, I'm fine with that. Wow, double, okay. It's not a big deal. Do we have a Krasis in the graveyard? We do. Alright, let's just throw a bunch of cards into play and pass. Like, the thing is that mid-range is unplayable in best of 1, not like exactly because of that reason. Exactly because of the reason that everyone always curves out, and if you have a clunky hand that you have to keep because it's a mid-range deck, you have to play 4 drops and 5 drops in your deck, and maybe even 6 or 7 or whatever. Alright, let's get Krasis. Let's count roughly how much mana we have. 3-6. So I'm just gonna play this for 4, and then I'll play Memorial to Folly. And this game is gonna be over. The reason why this game has been over is that my opponent, actually they drew 2 Teferis. I don't know what happened in this game. Yeah, I'm pretty glad to beat it. Maybe this deck actually beats, Esper. Alright, you know what guys, I'm gonna play this deck until I beat Mono Red. I don't know if... Wait. Let me re-roll this quest before starting it. Because at 10 a.m. I get new quests, so yeah. All right, my cat is meowing, so I have to open it. Also, it's kind of funny how my cat wants me to see her eating, or she doesn't eat. I don't know if you have the same problem. Will it beat Mono Red? It's not the only way. There's plenty, like Sultai best of 3 easily beats Mono Red. The thing is that they have 21 lands, which is much different than 18 because they flood sometimes. They don't always start with 2 lands in hand, and and you play 3 to 4 cast down. So that's the different story. All right, we're not playing as Mono Red this time. You won't eat unless you see me eat. Yeah, that's the problem with best of 1 is that you cannot mana screw, but you can flood. So if you play a deck with 18 lands, you get advantage, but if you play that with 26, you don't get that advantage. You actually get a disadvantage. Because everyone else is doing it and you don't. My cat has no issues waiting, but my dog on the other hand, when food is not enough, Oh, you pretend to it? Alright, Chupacabra. I think I like Chupacabra. My opponent should be playing some sort of Doom Whisperer, Hostage Taker, Thief of Sanity thing. Mengucci. Yeah, I just hope my... Because usually what my cat does is that if I don't see her eating, she's gonna, scrape the sofa because I have to see her eating. And she's hungry, so she has to eat. But she doesn't eat if I don't watch her while she's eating. Alright. And now, attack with all. I'm probably not casting this Chupacabra. I don't know what happened with my Carnage Tyrant, what it was. Alright, now here she comes. Hopefully she's not gonna be upset that I wasn't watching her eating.
That allows you to go over the top and play.
El Camperos.
This is earlier than your. What just happened? Whoa! Ben Friedman. That was 20 seconds.
Thank you very much, El Camperos, for your sub. No, cut. Explore into lands or double lands. Does Andrea only things that have been tagged on which cuisine by Mango? Yeah, so basically whatever I eat, no, actually, the picture that I post about food will always get the Mengucci cuisine. But yeah, thank you very much, Camperos. Hope things are going well. This chupacabra is kind of be stinking in my hand right now. As maybe I'm just gonna play next turn. I don't know. I feel like whenever I play, my opponent's gonna just lay out 20,000 Teeth of Sanity. Alright, they're on 10. There's nothing much I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna attack this Planeswalker. Even though it's not great, it's still a Planeswalker. I think I'm just gonna cast the Chupacabra. Like my opponent has a Thought Erasure here. If they wanna just Thought Erasure me, they will. No, I don't use Stream Decker. On my Twitter, you see all my decks, and I'm gonna just post them all the time. I feel that Stream Decker is just another thing to take care of every time I change deck, and streaming is already super, you know, I have to do so many things all the time that I don't just want to update it all the time, and if you do have Stream Decker and don't update it, it's kind of bad, because then what do you even keep it for? And so I just have the exclamation mark deck to see my deck. And on Twitter, I have all the decks I've played all the time. Like whenever I stream, I post on Twitter the deck that I'm gonna play for, you know, a couple of hours. And then if I change in my comments, you see other decks. Like for example, let's go to my profile. For example, I have a Mango Stream is back. Let's kick off with this blah blah blah. Then there's a bunch of food because I love food. Then you know, here I started with Gruul, and then I changed. I started with Selesnya. You know, I just explained a little bit how it goes. I think that's better than using Stream Decker. All right. Meanwhile, opponent is killing us with somehow. Karn still doesn't die. Opponent's very flooded. We too. But the fact that we have. Alright, this Chupacabra is gonna die to a fungal infection, which is a pretty bad way to die for Chupacabra, but... Mengucci posts more food than Salvini does. Sure, but luckily I'm not a minister of... I don't know how to say, but yeah, interni. I'm just an... personality... magic personality. Are you liking Sultai? No, definitely not. I don't like Sultai. The best. But it's playable. Cat is still looking for someone to watch her while eating. But luckily he has not scraped the sofa yet. This Carnage just gave my opponent 20,000 lands. Alright, they're Cast Blood Operative. I don't know if it's the same one that they had earlier, or if it's a new one. Is it a new one? Or it's the same one? It's a new one. Oh, cat! Ah! Alright. I don't even know why I'm still playing over here, but I guess I have more to follow, but I don't remember what I have in my graveyard. Alright, I have a Jade Light, I can tell you that. So basically, I've never believed in the bluff factor of holding lands in your hand. It's really something I never do. Like, never. Especially with Adroit Crazies in the format. But even in Limited. I think that whenever you have like 3 cards in your hand that do nothing and don't even take time to do nothing, to do anything, you clearly have lands in hand. Whereas you can just draw Divination and be in the luck of, come on, cat, you just got back again? Alright, so we got our 4-3. We got our Vraska. It's not really doing much, but yeah. Hola Mango, have you ever thought about a penguin in your sub emote? Well, why should I? Proceed to scoop phase? Yeah, let's just proceed to scoop phase. Alright, let's change. Let's change it.